Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Neotoy story here. Oh my god, Neotoy, you have sold out. Take a look at my screen. So this has got me so excited. Nobody, nobody paid me to do this or suggested I do this. This is purely because I have a deep and a long-standing, abiding love for both Second Life and Adult Swim. So when I saw this, like video the other day. I think it was in my YouTube subscriptions. I flipped my lid and I felt like I had to do this before my Second Life exploration begins. I just thought this was so cool. So yeah, Linden Labs and Adult Swim are doing this like combined thing, which I know nothing about this show. It's called The Shivering Truth, but it's a new Adult Swim show, and they're doing this exclusive screening in Second Life at this venue that has been created by I have no idea who. But anyway, the venue looks awesome. I'm gonna paste this link into the live chat for anybody who's interested. But yeah, it's just in a couple of days, May 8th. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Although it starts actually like the initial opening is at 3:30, so you can actually teleport to the venue, which I haven't even checked out the venue yet. But you can teleport there at 3:30, and I feel like that's probably a cool idea. But anyway, here's the trailer. The trailer's pretty awesome and very mysterious. The build itself is pretty impressive. In fact, I think I'm gonna go there. This will be my first second thing that I do today for the stream is to go to this venue and check it out beforehand, because I guess that's not a problem, and it's like open to the public for the time being. But anyway, they said that it'll probably fill up really fast because it's like how cool is this? It's basically a premiere of a new show that is nobody has seen before, and the only place to watch it early is in Second Life on like a virtual TV screen or a virtual theater inside a virtual experience that they've created. I don't know, that's some like next level promotion. So yeah, let's try this out. Here we go. Okay. Alright, visit the event. View on map. Alright, visit this. I hope this doesn't try to open it in the... it's gonna try to open it in the official viewer. Let's see, is there a way to get like a... Actually, I'll bet the sim is called The Shivering Truth. ASB. Huh. I'm gonna put that into the map and see, like, oh my god, this is so convoluted. Why does it have to be like this? Here we go. Okay, so I guess Adult Swim owns a sim in Second Life? It's not giving me any extended information, but that's clearly the same place. Experience. Okay, so I have to... You do not have access to this destination. You may be allowed into the region by accepting an experience below. Okay, so I need to accept this experience. And it's already enabled for all residents, apparently. Maybe if I just click OK, it'll let me do it. I thought for sure that they said that you could check it out early, but maybe you can only... Yeah, I guess you can only check it out on the day of the event. That kind of sucks, but let's see. Is there this one's closer. Let me see if I can go to this one. Alright, no. I was just thinking it might be possible to catch a glimpse of it since I'm using Firestorm. Alright, let's try to teleport. This is the closest sim. Hopefully Thunder Falls will let me peek. Nope. God, locked up tighter than a insert vaguely offensive sexual metaphor into this space. Alright, let's try this one. Wow, there is no access even in the vicinity of this place. Okay, Glyph Valley. This is the last one I'm gonna be able to try. No, damn it. Yeah, so no dice. You guys are gonna have to watch the. Oh hey Sess, how you doing? Hugs back to you. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to just watch the trailer on the link that I posted, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna be in there like right on the dot at 3:30 and try to get a seat for this because I'm like totally excited. I'm probably gonna hate the show, although I did just to show how legit I am. I have the Wikipedia list of Adult Swim shows here. A few of my favorites. So I'm gonna say my favorite of all time right now is probably King Star King. Second, followed closely second by Super Jail. I like Ballmasters 9009 a lot. Let's see. Mike Tyson Mysteries is fun. Rick and Morty, yeah, it's okay. Oh, here's the Shivering Truth. There's some Squidbillies, I love that. Venture Brothers, good. I've only watched one episode of Beef House because it's brand new and I'm not like super psyched about it. Black Jesus, great, fun. Decker, good. All the Tim and Eric stuff I love. Steve Brule. I'm watching Neon Joe Werewolf Hunter right now, season 1 and 2. Those are like two of my favorite shows of all time. Also, I think honestly some of the best television to ever be created. Hamp. Dream Corp LLC, very edgy and cool. Oh yeah, 12 ounce mouse, Kugel. I haven't seen that one yet, although I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Eric Andre, classic. Let's see what else. Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, awesome. Like one of the best parody, just broad spectrum. It's like The Office, only genuinely funny in my opinion. Let's see what else. Bunch of anime that I've already seen before it ever aired on Adult Swim. Paranoia Agent, actually one of my favorite animes of all time. That's kind of cool. So yeah, anyway, I'm surprised they didn't have like C-Lab 2021. There's a whole bunch of things that are probably... Oh, here we go. Original programming. Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, Assy McGee, love that one. Brad Neely's Hargnarland, Sclopio, PPO. Yeah, you guys get it. There's so many. China, Illinois, one of my favorites. Yeah, right. I used to fall asleep so many times to just leaving like Super Jail on in the background and having their like live stream going. Good times. There's like screaming, horrible screaming and violence and bright flashing lights helping you like drift off peacefully to sleep. That's how I roll. Okay, so yeah, that ends the completely unsolicited and value compromising shout out / pitch I just gave for Adult Swim there, but I feel like it's totally okay for me because I love Adult Swim. Yeah, it's not open, Cess. I tried it. I tried it every way till Sunday, and it's just no bueno right now. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can go to this sim right here. PETA. What is that like? This acronym is very familiar. Pound you in the ass prison or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully it's not related to that acronym. But luckily I didn't even get the opportunity to find out, so... Oceanic Eternity. Oh, that sounds vaguely interesting. Alright, let's try this. Nope. Man, I'm not having a good luck today. Every single sim I've tried so far has just been a locked door. Yeah, anyway, how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Staying safe? Keeping busy during the quarantine? In her jar, this is interesting. Oh, breedable animals. Damn, I keep clicking on these breedable animal sims. There must be a lot of them because it's like a really common. Forbes Isle, I think I've been there. Fairgold Island. Virtual solutions for education. Not sure if I've been here or not. Let's try this. Yeah, thankfully, at least with educational sims, they're almost always open for business and randos like Neotoy Story to just drop in. Alright, let's do a quick scry of the land and see what we got here. Educate 3D virtual solutions for education. Educate3d.org. I'm actually curious about this, so I'm gonna, if I can select the link. Oh, come on, guys. Ugh, alright. Let's check this out. Yeah, Kugel. Crapping definitely better than a rusty shiv in between the ribs for sure. Haha. Okay, Educate 3D. Oh wow, this looks like a real world version of the sim, at least from what I noticed of the topology. Oh wow, this is like their website isn't even finished. It's like just like a template that they started to build. Interesting. Alright, so anyway, let's just skip that and see what is to be seen here. Oh, lucky you, Sess. Me too. I'm like kind of on the edge of the world, middle of nowhere. So we've only had like I think 4 confirmed cases at this point, which is like pretty exceptional. So I mean, there are some advantages to being out in bumblefuck middle of nowhere. Oh god, apple fall right off the bat, the first item I click on. Anyway, this looks kind of promising. The landscaping certainly is nice. Oh yeah, somebody yesterday, or it was last week I think, told me to turn down the flying sounds because they were too loud. It's annoying because I really like the ambient sounds on a sim, but the ambient slider also affects the volume of the flying, so it's kind of a drag. I've seen this particular gazebo before. It must be pretty popular because clearly it's had a lot of sales on the marketplace. Oh, this is cool. One of those like barrel houseboat. Oh, whoa! It's even like tilting it. Although that looks like a scripted tilt, not like a wave-related tilt. Also, kind of looks like it washed up on shore. Oh, this is great. This could not be better. So right off the bat, I find a hurricane lantern, and you guys know how I love these things. And also, the reason this is so great is because I wanted to show you guys this. I made a little more progress on my hurricane lantern. I got the UV mapping all done, and I did the texture for the main body of the lantern, this is all custom. None of this is well, an ambient occlusion map was the only thing I started with, and everything else is completely custom. All these highlights, all these shadows, I did all those in Photoshop to really make it just kind of read really well, even at the fairly low resolution texture that it is here. So yeah, anyway, this is my hurricane lantern. It will be released eventually, and hopefully with some basalt formations creeping up around the side. We'll see. Anyway, this one, once again, like, the flame is really good. The flame is actually excellent. That's like I'd give that flame like a 9 out of 10, honestly. But the lantern itself, I'd say, is probably I don't know, like a 3.5 out of 10 maybe. But yeah, just a little detail. That's pretty cool. My partner just came by and was like giving me the "you're talking too loud" signal. I'm like really excited today, so I'm kind of shouting a lot. Mr. Shouty Pants. That's a nice horse, aside from the fact that it's just a static asset. So we got like a farmyard. Ooh, interesting ghostly hay bales. Oh, they had that pretty nice tractor. A little minimal on the topology, but reads pretty well. Yeah, that's actually a fairly nice asset. It's kind of deceptively simple. Goose Lake Farm Tractor, 2 Moon Gardens. I like this windmill. This is a really nice piece of work, actually. Beautiful work. Oh wow, it's even got the rotating cam there. That's impressive. Let's see. Same manufacturer. That's pretty cool. Goose Lake Farm. Some daisies in a barrel here. Got some ducks and swans, or geese actually. Swan, goose, what's the difference? I've seen this barn several times now also. It's kind of funny how there are certain assets that are just like the go-to on the marketplace. I mean, I've always been curious about that phenomena, you know, like obviously for every archetype, like the more popular and mainstream it is, like a barn for example, I'd say that would rate really high as like a very popular archetype, because barns are just so iconic, so like you know what I'm saying, like they're just, everybody knows what a barn looks like. So of course, oh, beehives, that's cool. Langstroth hive, whoa, there was a bee flying around too. This is a really high quality build. They got the what do they call this, the joinery, not dovetail, box joint. Oh whoa, cool, even the hives are individually numbered. Yeah, that's beautiful work. And like galvanized, whoa, with washer bolts and everything. Wow, this is really impressive. And that's topology joinery too, you can tell. Like look at those subtle details, so it's not just the texture. And it really makes a difference that like zoomed out from this distance you can actually tell like that it's not a texture. Probably could have done that with a normal mount, but not necessarily. Let's see who made this. Hiroshi Seong, Hayabusa Design, Malice Vestris, Apple, Palmlier. It's funny, at no point does it say anything about a beehive there. But yeah, that's that's top tier work in my opinion. Llamas? Is that what those are? Alpacas? I don't know. I don't even know if there's a difference. Look at these beautiful apple trees. Are like, the tree itself looks nothing like an apple tree, but it looks like there are apples on the trees at least. This is great. I just left the farm today. Yesterday was my last official day as an employee of an organization I worked for 5 years. I actually resigned rather than being fired or anything like that. It's hard for me to talk about, but it's really interesting when you work for an organization, especially like in nonprofits. The hierarchy can be very strange. You have to build relationships with like the board of directors and the executive director, and there's a lot of politics, and but for something like farming or gardening, it's like it's the real world. It's the physical world. Every decision you make is affected and dominated by physical forces, which is completely unrelated and independent to the socio-political forces that affect how well you can do your job, or even what you can do in your job. And some organizations are a lot more like strict than others when it comes to nonprofits. Some, they give the employees a lot of leeway, and others are ruled more of an authoritarian, hierarchical style with like a top-down sort of management. And the organization I worked for was always sort of a mix of the two. It was kind of like you have a lot of freedom, but also you're beholden to these authority figures that don't necessarily interact with you as often as perhaps they should. So it's a difficult and very dynamic situation. Meanwhile, you have to deliver the goods because you're part of the physical world. You've got to produce whatever it is that the organization exists to produce. And so often I've found in my time working with nonprofits is that the expectations don't always align with reality, with the physical reality, specifically like the capacity of the capabilities of the physical side of the organization to deliver the expectation, or deliver up to the expectations of the directors and the board and stuff. So I mean, it's kind of an unfortunate situation because I feel like in the perfect world, the people who are calling the shots, the the executive structure, they have almost total information awareness of the actual on the ground situation of the organization, like what the employees have to deal with on a daily basis. Those are cool seed pods. And unfortunately, if there's gaps in knowledge, if there's misconceptions, and the people in charge don't fully grasp the situation on the ground, that causes a lot of problems because while they, the leadership and the management structure, they deal in abstracts and interpersonal relationships and sort of like vague, less concrete aspects of achieving the mission or the objective of the organization. The people who are actually working in the field, they don't have that luxury. For them, it's do or die pretty much all the time. So in that instance, when you have misconceptions or you don't have great communication, which honestly, without great communication, you can't really do anything in an organization, regardless of the mission or anything else. If, assuming you have multiple people, that's cool. Every individual burner can be controlled with a click. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so like without an understanding, an intimate understanding of what's necessary to accomplish the mission from the physical point of view, you just can't have success. So that was kind of my experience. I mean, over many years, and there are times when that's tolerable, certainly, where like you can, there's a lot of slack in various areas, and it's okay if, I'm in trouble navigating here. it's okay if there are misconceptions, as long as there's like leniency and compassion and goodwill. But the moment that my viewer just locked up, the moment that you lose those things, especially like trust, I think, which in my mind is kind of analogous to love. And it's like for a lot of organizations, it's a labor of love, like nonprofits. You literally, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into the organization and the mission, and that's the only way that things are accomplished. And as soon as you run out of those vital fluids for whatever reason, the mission is as good as over, because it can't be realized without those things, without love, without trust, without communication, without awareness and knowledge. So yeah, you get various like power imbalances where you have like certain people in the organization who know more than others, or who are more dedicated than others, and it's thanks to them that the organization is able to continue thriving, while a lot of the other people in the organization are kind of just like spectators in a lot of ways. Wow, I saw this whole sim already. That was, I don't know, it's kind of a nice little farm. I'll put the SL URL in there if anybody else wants to check it out. I think I pretty much saw just about everything. Fairgold Island, or Furgold. But yeah, what is this? What is that line like? Parting is such bittersweet sorrow, or whatever. Armanoia. I don't think I've been here. Very interesting coloration. Looks like there's only one structure on the island. We'll try this. I keep secretly telling myself that like the moment I visit a sim I've already been to but can't remember, my exploration adventures are officially over, but that's not true. Like ain't never gonna stop. Not as long as there are still virgin sims out there to be deflowered. That's kind of cool. That looks like straight out of World of Warcraft. That's a sprite. Very like techno hippie sort of aesthetic. That's cool. Wow, that's really cool. Looks like a lot of work too. Those tree branches and roots and stuff. I like this asset. I cannot pronounce that at all. Yes, kind of like techno druid sort of thing. Oh, it's a sandbox. Cool. Raleigh Sandbox is a place for artists and creative people who are members of blah blah blah. Huh. Oh, that's an expensive membership. Oh no, it's a one-time membership, but it's cleaned every 7 days. Okay. Oh, those are like the three sisters who run the sandbox. Oh, that looks like one of my old Second Life friends. That's cool. The sun is like a particle effect or something. Star, I don't know. So, it's a sandbox, which is kind of cool. The moods of the real life. The other is the external, which causes and determines it. Sort of seems like a political sort of aesthetic to the arts. Nice giraffe. Nice elephant. Wow, great job on the textures. I can't believe that's a 1024. That must be multiple textures. It's a really nice asset. What do we have here? Some naked blade wielding harlequins. Kind of creepy, but also kind of cool. Looks like a Evangelion. Hey, that looks like the Glyph from No Man's Sky thing. This reminds me a little of LEA. Kind of a mixture of, well, it's a sandbox, and clearly it's like a publicly available sandbox, but at the same time it's also clearly the personal playground of these three women. Oh, that's cool. So they're like using it also as an art space. This is pretty awesome. So let me get this straight. There's a lawnmower on one side, and then a lawn creator on the other. Oh no, this is just like a crop watering irrigation system, maybe, I don't know. That's pretty cool. So it's like growing the grass on the inside, but it's trimming the grass on the outside. And they kick out your front door. How are you gonna come with your hands on your head or on the trigger of your gun when the law break in? How you gonna go? Shot down on the pavement awaiting in death row. Guns of Brixton, The Clash, 1997. Interesting. I feel like thoughts have been provoked, but I'm not really sure what those thoughts are or what direction they might go. I feel like I've seen a lot of these assets before, like way back in the mesh beta testing days. They're like, a lot of these I think have been taken from other games or other platforms and just imported into Second Life, which is cool. I've always thought that that was actually one of the neatest things about Second Life, that it could be this looks like photogramming, that it could be this gathering place for assets from all over the infosphere. That's definitely photogramming jam. Look at how sloppy that is. So many holes in that mesh. That's cool. It's like some kind of Aztec or Mayan device. Aztec, yeah. No idea how it works. I get the feeling like some of these are original creations, but no way to really know which ones. What is this? Oh, sales corner. So those are like items you can buy, I guess. Whoa. I like this. Oh, this looks straight out of WoW. Very like World of Warcrafty. Let's see if there's information. Oh, this is all like German or something. Fantasy Hirsch. Walden Metal. I don't know. Very like pleasant landscape. It's got a very like the fantasy environments often have a very like wholesome, welcoming feel to them. Mainly because of I think of their like nature centricity. This is awesome. It's like a Neotonian deer making out with a regular deer. What is this? Like magic runes written on the deer? That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. There's the Riona deer over there in the corner. Whoa, what do we have here? That is super creepy, but also very cool. Neat particle effect there. Some kind of bird wizard. It's awesome. Yeah, clicking on this sim in particular was totally worth it because those weird ethereal colors or otherworldly colors are often a very clear indicator that the sim is gonna have some like cool, unusual stuff on it instead of just the usual reality simulation kind of standard fare that you see on the vast majority of sims. Now this so far has been like a real treat. It's rad. Looks like more photogrammy, but I can't really be sure. Yeah, definitely photogrammy. It's pretty neat though. B.B. Woodford, True Love is Forever. There's washboards. Oh, it's like a geode, crazy. Unicorn. Photogrammy unicorn. It's a little fairy glade. I think that's about it. Like, not a whole lot of stuff on here for such a large sim. Light, color, reflections. For a better view of the exhibitions, we recommend you to set graphics in viewer. Win light to midnight, graphics to height. Advanced lighting model on, draw distance 128, particles and sound on. Clearly English is not their first language. Yeah, this is very much like something you would see at SF MoMA. I've seen a few displays like this actually. Well, this one's pretty like, I don't know. Oh, okay, there we go. That was just like the intro box. Wow, they really made you work for that. Like, normally I would have just walked right back out. It was just like pure luck and my naturally curious impulse to see if I could walk through that wall that led me into this room, which is actually the main exhibit. Which, I don't know, maybe that's nice because it makes the experience a little more exclusive. Only people who are willing to, like, try end up getting in. But on the other hand, it's like, it is an exhibition. The whole point is for people to see it. Why make it difficult? Just my personal opinion. I feel like if you really are serious about having people see your artwork, you should make it as easy as possible for them to actually get there. Kind of interesting. Nothing really like mind-blowing, obviously. It's mainly just what I think of as like spectacle level artwork, where it's just all about the visual aesthetic and not really necessarily about the sort of like deeper intellectual potential. Also, once again, this rather large exhibition space, strikingly minimally populated, but I don't know, it was totally worth coming in here. I wonder if these... No, so it looks like just that one passageway is accessible. So yeah, that's the Raleigh sandbox, I guess. So I will paste this into the live chat. I think that was definitely cool and worth checking out. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna TP to a new sim, and then I'm gonna go get my tea out of the microwave while it's loading. So if I disappear for a minute and just go AFK, that's what's happening. Heart song. Cog and Fleur. It sounds like a shop sim. It even looks like a shop sim. Alright, I'm gonna try this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Drinking Prince of Peace green tea. It's absolutely my favorite. I don't really enjoy the religious sort of connections between the tea and the company, but they make such good tea. I'm willing to suppress my militant atheism. Cog and Fleur. Thanks, Kugel. Vintage steampunk Victorian and fantasy designs. Of course, the office is inexplicably locked, but I guess then again the customers don't really need to go into the office necessarily. Oh, this is cool. I have mixed feelings about steampunk. I think I have maybe touched upon this before during my explorations. What? Like a clockwork mouse. Oh, that's funny because I just literally less than half an hour ago I set a rat trap outside. I live in kind of a little bit of a slum, unfortunately, and my landlord is kind of not really a quality person, I would say, to be charitable. Not horrible, but not good either. Not really responsible. And there are like rats living in the walls, rats in my garden. Recently, totally surprised. Last night I was watching TV with the lady, and it was date night, and I'm sitting there and I hear this like rustling, scrabbling, scratchy sound outside, and the rats like to run along the baseboard of the building, and I was like, "What's going on out there?" I just put some Sluggo out in my garden because I took some cuttings from a really fantastic black-eyed Susan vine that I saw growing nearby a while back, nearby my apartment, and I took off a cutting. This is actually the second time I've tried to propagate this particular black-eyed Susan, which is unique. In fact, I did some pretty extensive research online, and I could not find anywhere this variety of black-eyed Susan. And the reason it's unique is because it actually has no eye in the center. First of all, it's like this brilliant, beautiful orange, like one of the most vibrant, surreal, almost fluorescent oranges, kind of like a nasturtium kind of orange, but even more vibrant. Like, actually, to describe it best, I think I've seen this exact orange before. It's like a street sign orange. Like if you ever see one of those like road split diamond street signs, it's just like that incredibly intensely saturated yellow, orange, yellow orange, I guess. That's what it looks like. And normally with the black-eyed Susan, the reason they're called black-eyed Susans, let's see, oh wow, $1. Whatever I bought, it was pretty cheap. They call them black-eyed Susans because the center of the flower, which is shaped kind of like a cup in a way. Well, I don't know how to describe it. Like, they're very weird looking. Like, they usually have like 4 large clover-shaped petals that then kind of wrap around and create like this elongated cup. And anyway, so normally the cup is dark and specifically black, which is kind of like extremely offset by the rather bright and lightly colored petals, the 4 petals that are at the front of the flower. So in other words, like if you're looking at it like straight on, it does kind of look like a black eye. Not like a human eye exactly, but it's just evocative of an eye in general, symbolically, I guess you could say. So that's why they call them black-eyed Susans. And anyway, this variety, for whatever reason, there's no diversity in the tonal variations between the petals and the cup portion of the flower. And so that just, it's just kind of a weird look for the flower, because like black-eyed Susans, normally they just look right when the inner circular area is darker than the outer petals. But this variety, there's no darkness at all. The inside is exactly the same color as the petals. So it's like, I don't know, I've just sort of dubbed it the eyeless Susan, or no eye Susan, I don't know. But it's an incredibly beautiful flower, and a great climbing vine too, perfect for like a pergola or a trellis, which is kind of what I like to do with it. But years ago I took some cuttings from this plant and I stuck them into some pots, and I had them out in front of my place, and then they just rooted, and they were starting to put out new leaves, and the next day I came out, some goddamn snails or slugs had come along and eaten the new leaves and killed the cutting, and oh my god, I was so angry. So ever since then I've been like pretty aggressively trying to eradicate the slugs and the snails from this area, which is kind of like my propagation area in front of my apartment. And so anyway, I put out a bunch of sluggo last night, and I came out once I heard that weird scrabbling sound, and oddly enough, all of the sluggo was gone, and I was like, what the hell? Like, where's the sluggo going? At first I thought it was the birds, but as it turns out, it was actually this rat, or family of rats, most likely, because if you see one, there's usually 100 more out of sight somewhere. So yeah, this big family of rats living somewhere in the walls of the apartment, and this one rat in particular, oh my god, I feel so sorry for this thing. In fact, I'm doing it a favor executing it with this trap, because this creature, it's the like most emaciated, mangy looking rat I have ever seen. And I used to have pet rats when I was a kid, so I'm not like lightly exterminating this animal, but it is not well. And I mean, I'm not surprised, because it's basically living on a diet of slug pest killing pesticides. So yeah, anyway, this was a short and sweet sim. Oh, there's all this stuff over here I didn't even notice, like a safari. That's cool. I'm gonna go over there and check that out. Yeah, but this thing, like, oh my god, it's skinny, like really skinny. Like, you can see its ribs, and there's like big patches of fur missing on its pelt. I'm sure it's infested with every parasite known to man. It's on its last legs anyway. But man, I put out like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I had a Ziploc bag full of sluggo. Like, I was just putting a little bit of it out every couple of days because it kept disappearing. I was like, what's going on? And this must be a million slugs and snails out there to be eating all the sluggo. Or I thought it was the birds, but no, it wasn't. Anyway, so I had this big bag of sluggo that was like probably like maybe a cup or so, and I was just leaving it outside in this abalone shell that I have in one of my planters, and is that an armadillo? No. Anyway, so after I heard that rat, I was like, man, something is definitely going on out there. I went out there to check, and I'll be damned if the whole bag of sluggo wasn't gone. So that's what that loud scraping sound was. This rat had actually carried off the entire bag of sluggo, like a whole cup, probably dragged it into its nest, wherever that is, and had all of its little babies eating it. So I don't know, it's just, yeah, Sess. Rats are scary as hell, and they will like eat your face if they're starving, and especially this emaciated rat is just no bueno in the extreme. Beehive there. So yeah, I put out a rat trap with some peanut butter on it. I'm actually, got a baby Yoda, seriously. I'm actually really good at trapping rodents since I worked at a farm. I, like, in one season I caught 22 gophers with traps. I've gotten pretty good at getting them. Rats are a little trickier. They learn really quickly. They're like very, very intelligent. Although I don't know about this one, since it seems to be like borderline starvation. But in general, like, we would trap a rat, or I would trap a rat at the garden, and that would be it. You'd get one rat, and the other rats would just like learn immediately, and they would learn dynamically. So like, if you used a specific type of bait, they would learn that after one rat got killed. And then if you switched baits, then the next time you caught a rat, they would learn to recognize the traps themselves, and it wouldn't matter what kind of bait you used. So yeah, they're pretty clever. But if a rat has never seen a trap before, it's actually really easy to catch them. So I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna nail this one. Which, yeah, parting will be bittersweet sorrow. Okay, let's see. Did I post the SO? Yeah, I did. I posted the SO URL. I'm gonna try another one. Heart Song. I don't know. Didn't really tug at my heartstrings, to be honest. But that safari area was really cool, actually. What is this? Music venue? Panacaro Estate. Okay, this sounds cool. I'm gonna try this. Olier Bel Air Art Gallery. Guest artist for me. With Sesame Dubrovna. PhD Pancaro's home. No idea what that is in reference to. Am I stuck here? Huh, it's not letting me move. Some kind of an invisible barrier there. Ooh, bentwood chairs, my favorite. It's a fairly decent model. Used to have a bunch of chairs like this. And man, I loved leaning back in those things. They're very sturdy. You know, a lot of chairs you can't really lean back in. Especially the ones with like the linear legs. But bentwood chairs, like due to the sort of like semi-tensegrity structure, the way the force is distributed, and the wood's already bent, like you can kind of see how it works. The stress, it more or less evenly distributes around the structure of the whole chair, so I never once had a bentwood chair break on me, although I did have a lot of straight leg chairs break. And I only weigh like 180 pounds, so it's not like I was breaking them because I weighed a lot. This is a nice little diorama here. Cannot enter parcel. Okay, so I get it. It's just subdivided, and this side of the parcel is exclusive, I guess. Oh, here's the venue. A little stage. May 29, DJ Jules. Yeah, I got so far off topic, I forgot what I was even talking about, which is the Black-Eyed Susan cutting. So I have a new cutting, and I'm pretty confident that it's gonna survive and potentially turn into a new vine, which would excite me to no end, because that's exactly what my porch is missing. I've already got a jasmine vine out there, which I've trellised pretty well, that I'm very excited about, because everybody knows how like delicious, amazingly delicious jasmine smells, especially if you have a huge vine. And they're so fun to train. The other day I was actually walking around where I live, and I saw an amazing, oh, that's a baby ginkgo bonsai. That's pretty awesome. An amazing jasmine installation with a trellis. Wow, this is a really cool lamp. Very cool conceptually too, like the cattle abduction kind of idea. Oh, I bet when it lights up it shoots down like a beam or something. Oh yeah, no way. Okay, this is freaking awesome. God damn, is this kind of stuff that like really gives me a total hard on for Second Life. Oh my god, that is awesome. That is so cool. I gotta see this again. Thankfully it doesn't drop like an eviscerated carcass like the UFOs do in real life. Just harmlessly deposits the cow back down without any damage. But yeah, this jasmine trellising job that this person did was so masterful. They trained it along a fence Wow, this is a really nice clock. And the fence it was very old. Like, I don't know. Well, first of all, the jasmine vine was probably like, I don't know, 15 years old or so. Some of those fronds, like the old growth of the jasmine, were like almost almost like as thick as a hot dog, I would say. Like really, really, really thick. Incredibly dense, woody vines that were ancient. Anyway, the fence had more or less completely rotted away underneath the vine. There was just one new board, or one new set of boards that the owner had put up underneath the vine. Not even to support the vine, but I guess just to give a little more visible structure to the fence itself. And oh, those things are so creepy. The vines had completely covered and intertwined between all of the fence boards themselves, so that even though the top lateral support of the fence had completely rotted away, like there was literally nothing left. The vines themselves had become the support structure for the vertical boards. So like it was literally like a fence that was half man-made, and the other half was the jasmine vine, which they had woven these individual vine bits between each board, going all the way down the fence, so that it was like a basket weave, basically. Just like blew my mind. And of course, in addition to it looking amazing, holding the whole fence together, it also was in full bloom and just like smelled so good and looked spectacular. It's just like a really incredible fusion of man-made and nature that honestly, I mean, at least 15 years in the making. Like, I don't know how, it's not like you could plan something like it like this exactly. Like clearly they planned the trellising, but there's no way they could have planned to have like the fence rotting away and the jasmine becoming the new fence, basically. So, a virtual art gallery in Second Life, one of my favorite things. This is like Monty Python meets Degas. That's my like initial reaction. Ugh, that's so weird. Like the more I look at it, the more it's evocative of those two like styles to me. Weird. And there's some sculptures. Bronze. It could be like photogrammy of actual bronze statues. It looks like a real texture. And there's the artist. Who knows if she looks like that in real life or not. Copy of the catalog. That's cool. It looks almost geographical, like a map or something. Like a nude fused with a map. Which I kind of like that. Unicorn Award. There's an upper floor too. Picture voting. Wow, they've been open since 2016. That's pretty impressive. The Unicorn Award too. That's neat. Alright, let's see what's upstairs. Where are those stairs? There we go. Alright. All crepuscular, dusk veils the day's trials, silver pours upward. It's kind of like a haiku that accompanies the artwork. I like that. I actually really like this. You see a lot of this sort of modern art where the canvas is like, it really just looks like someone dragged a brush across the canvas. But usually it's very saturated. You don't see many modern art pieces that are in that style where it's like really patchy like this. I like that, like a almost like a dry brush, or like a semi-dry brush was dragged across the canvas, which gives it a very like fresco, like an ancient fresco kind of like appearance. Like this very much looks to me like what you see in one of those like Greco-Roman ruins or something where there used to be a fresco on a wall and it's been like, 500 years and almost all the paint has just kind of like either solarized or disappeared. Latent impression, friction and ridges seduce, fatally perfumed. See, I like this art style. I can't say that like I feel like it's obviously not the kind of art that takes a lot of effort. Oh, here, these are actual haikus. Mountain clown sermon from the valley floor pulpit. Damp forest laments. Yeah. I mean, there's a point where abstraction becomes kind of like parody. I don't know. That's how I feel about this kind of modern art. Although this is a little more coherent. I'm definitely more of a fan of coherency when it comes to artwork. These look like photo collages that were then drawn on top of, very like semi-surrealist, a little Dali-esque, like with the time symbology, and that's kind of cool, those boats. Mildly thought-provoking, but not quite. Yeah, see, like that's very Dali, like a melting clock. A little bit derivative, honestly. Like, I feel like if you're a modern artist, you should totally, like, ride on your own strengths and not be afraid to create your own motifs or signatures. Looks like this clock is in almost every image. Yeah, like, seriously, modern art, like, yeah, there's the clock again. Like, there are no limits. Like, you are not beholden to anybody. You might as well just do whatever the hell you want. Wow, this one's actually, the scope of this one is really quite incredible, that it goes across multiple walls. That's very impressive. Must have taken a while to put together. I see this like flying winged planet, which it looks like Jupiter with the ring of Saturn around it. It's just kind of curious, but more clocks. I like this Mobius strip with clock hands on it. That's kind of cool. See, like that could have been your motif instead of the melting Salvador Dali clock. It's cool. There's like a comfy chair to like sit down in. Adds a lot of realism. I really feel like galleries should always have like a place to sit down for people to like contemplate the artwork, or maybe that aren't even directly pointed at the artwork itself, just a place to where you can sit and think and maybe like mentally recall the images and not necessarily be staring directly at them. That's kind of an aspect of appreciation that I think is underappreciated. Okay, so yeah, that was CICA art. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up. Alright, that was kind of a cool sim. So, man, It's a long stream today, but oh my god, I'm like so full of energy, and especially now that I'm guzzling green tea here. I think I've got it in me for maybe one more sim. Assuming it's not like one of those sims where there's 10 billion things to look at that would take me like 5 hours. Which I've been to a few of those. Dark Remnant, huh? This looks curious. The Forgotten. I like the... what's this? Cruciform kind of layout here. Like there's all these zones with a void in between, maybe. A second. Oh, okay. Oh, like Chica Ghost, maybe? Is that who you're talking about? Google? As if so, I used to hang out with the Chica Ghost back in my Linden Endowment for the Arts days. Yeah, whatever. Wow, this is a cool, like, great job on the atmospherics. Ugh, I did it. I totally put my foot in it. This is absolutely one of those scenarios where the last sim I visit is one that has like 5 hours of content. Actually, this looks a little bit like Chica's artwork. Sort of a vague similarity. This like the ruinous haunted house sort of vibe. I don't even know how to characterize it, with a little like bit of whimsy and surreality thrown in. Yeah, let me see okay, Chica Ghost. I think I'm spelling the name wrong. Maybe it is CICA. Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. Appellation, huh? Yeah, I think this is who you're talking about, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna post the name into the chat and you can like look it up or whatever. What are these crab traps? Oh no, lobster traps. Like maybe this is Maine or something. Nice job on the cattails. It's pretty good for sprites. I thought they were 3D there for a second. We got like a witch ward here. That's super creepy. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to hang out with her at Linden Endowment for the Arts, the LEA Sims. She's a phenomenal artist, there's no doubt about that. Jake Fortune, fancy decor, side table. I'm seeing a lot of these cantilevered lights. That must be like a new trend in Second Life. These are actually really cool in real life if you've ever had a chance to see one of these. This counterweight, you just, well, it's really self-explanatory, but you pull down on the counterweight and it lifts the light up, and if you put the counterweight up, the light goes down, and these are balanced the same so that it has like neutral buoyancy. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, look at all the details on this foot here for this lamp. Oh my god, like these lynch pins and stuff. That's fucking awesome. That is amazing. Oh, it's got like a... oh, it's got multiple switches. Oh no, that's the switch. This is just the cantilever. I can't believe this, too. Look at all that geometry there for that. Anyway. It's a nice piece of work. Oh, what? A hermit crab in a little terrarium? Damn, that's cool. Looks like a multi-mesh. I can't wait till, like, Animesh is more mainstream. Ooh, 5-fingered ferns. This is my favorite type of fern. They're so cool. That looks like plantain, but it isn't. Nature pours a vacuum. Cool alchemy station. Wow, that's a interesting light fixture. Kind of leaves a mess on the ceiling, but creepy portrait check. Oh wow. Wow, this is a lot of work. Damn. Look at all those fucking bottles. Oh my god. Crystal balls. Oh, those are chicken feet. It's like a voodoo station. Eyeballs. Let's see, you made this. This is a nice piece of work. Oh, Death Row Designs. Jesus Christ. It's a shocker. Hey, a werewolf head. Nice. That was cool. I feel like there was more than one story, but oh, there's an attic, but there's no attic access. And there's like windows to the attic. I'm gonna get a little bird's eye view here just because I'm curious. Oh my god, fuck. Yeah. Yep, 5 hours of content. Totally, you guys are gonna have to check the rest of the sim out on your own time because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last here. We'll see. Looks like there's teleporter pads to each main area. Oh, come on, a sim like this and there's empty buildings? Like, how could you do that to me? Like, there's even a teleporter. Man, don't tell me... zombie. Wow, that's definitely Animesh. That's so smooth. Yeah, also I've noticed this too with Animesh. For whatever reason, you can't lock onto the objects. It's like they're not detected by the viewers like selection capability. So like you pretty much just have to navigate around them and orbit in order to see them clearly, which is kind of annoying to me, but not like a big deal or anything. That's pretty cool though. Impressive. I mean, Jesus, if you'd told me that Second Life was gonna have stuff like that 10 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. Here we go. No trespassing. Violators will be violated. It's alright. Neotoy's story is wearing his titanium underwear. Oh, never mind. Apparently I don't even have the option of being violated or breaking the law here. And it's the exact same house from the other side of the island, although it's empty. It's kind of disappointing. I feel like I thought this was like a full done experience, but in reality it's a work in progress, I guess. But man, look at the landscaping. Oh wow, this is so subdivided, like everywhere. Let's see, I wanted to do a little land check here to see if it was a place for those who could not take care of themselves, for those who heard voices, who had strange thoughts and did strange things. The Forgotten. So, owned by the group Dark Waves, which has 5 members. So it looks like I'm probably gonna have to just explore this remotely with my eye in the sky here, since it's subdivided and a lot of the subdivided parcels appear to be locked. Interesting. So yeah, a bunch of empty buildings, so it's kind of like a prop colony. Redemption Asylum. Okay. Honestly, I feel like the creepy derelict mental asylum is a little bit played out as a trope. It's kind of like the creepy little girl cliche in horror. It's like, come on. Nice, oh, that's cool. Wow, is it really 3 o'clock already? Damn. I feel like I just got home. Ugh. There's a lot of transparencies inside this building that are fucking with my navigation, specifically those light rays. So it looks like empty space, but when I click on the empty space to navigate, it locks onto the light ray, and then my ability to navigate becomes dramatically impinged. Oh, here we go. Lucked into another mad scientist laboratory here. That's pretty cool. Interesting. So we got some Frankenstein style electrotherapy equipment. Wow, look at all the gear work there. Damn. It's a lot of effort for a static, non-functional platform. What? Oh my god, look at all these knife switches. Jesus Christ, it's like a computer. Like a manual computer. Oh, whoa. There's an actual, like, Frankenstein's monster. That's a cool prop, actually. Nobody. Oh, Death Row Designs. God, that guy really gets around. I would be amazed if there was just one person doing all that stuff, especially given the quality, like the consistently high quality stuff I've seen. I'm gonna have to go to DRD's marketplace shop one of these days. It looks like they just copied and pasted the assets around. It's Colonel Mustard before he met his untimely demise in the library with the butter knife. Okay, let's see, that was this room. I'm playing with fire here, clicking around, trying to... Oh, cool. Nice job on those cobwebs. Who doesn't love flashing lights? Sort of like creepy music does definitely add a lot. It's a nice build. More Death Row Designs. Okay, let's see. just about all the content in here. It's a shame that there's no way to actually get over here. I'd like to explore the building firsthand. Creepy dolls, another horror cliche that's honestly played out in my opinion. Oh, that's cool, this pile of chairs. The cobwebs. Man, somebody did a lot of work on composition and arranging all these things. And that's not easy either with things like transparent planes and like these cobwebs. It's a lot of work. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's the piano that keeps making noise. The haunted piano. That looks like another Death Row Designs item. I wonder if this whole asylum is a Death Row Designs project. Haunted grandfather clock. That's a nice record player too. Good job on the bakes. Like, they're subtle and they're a bit. There's some compression artifacts, but at the same time, they're just like so well done that it reads really well. That's cool. Fish food bottle. It's so detailed. Jesus, you can almost read the fine print on there. Look at all the detail in this. I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be an aquarium pump, but it's so ludicrously detailed. Ugh. Oh, that's not the kind of aquarium that I'd like to swim around in. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else in here. It's like really challenging to navigate. Yeah, so we've got a display case full of burn victims, mutilated heads. Definitely a conversation starter for decor in your house. I think that's just about it for the asylum here. Oh, we got some jail cells. Oh, this is where they keep the level 5 patients. Almost feel like I'm playing like a 90s Resident Evil or something. Alright, I've had enough of this asylum, to be honest. What else is there to see on this sim? It's so foggy. I almost want to like turn off the wind light settings so I can actually see what is to be seen. There's the church. Skeleton Jesus. It's like, is it the actual skeleton of Jesus, or is it a special Jesus who is a skeleton? They got all this room, there's only 6 pews. What a waste of space. I like this, whatever that is. Cemetery. Here we go, here's another skeleton. Must be a skeleton Jesus' brother. You know, George. got Stonehenge up here. Looks like an old castle rampart or a bridge or something. I have to say, as much as I enjoy occasionally touring these sort of like grim atmospheric sims, I much prefer the like tropical paradise. I've seen that on another sim, but I like it so much. It never gets old. There we go. Looks like the stream is picking back up. But I lost a bunch of data. There was a big gap there. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. You know, sometimes the OBS just kind of glitches out or whatever. There's a lot of different explanations. But yeah, this if you like this kind of thing, like the more like morbid sort of I don't know, dismal kind of sim aesthetic, this one's definitely worth checking out, I think. So yeah, everyone take care, and I honestly think I might be doing a lot more streaming now that I'm officially unemployed again, so we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, see you guys around. Neotoy Story out.